Hello and welcome everybody to My Hero Academia, chapter 314 review. This chapter is called The Lovely Lady Nagant. Last chapter, just give you a recap, Deku used a new quirk and All Might did a pretty cool little monologue about Deku there. And that's pretty much what happened in the last chapter, and this chapter starts off where the last one ended, with Deku grabbing Lady Nagant's arm after using his new quirk, 5 Jin. So the chapter starts with that happening, and then Deku goes and says, "My smoke screen won't spread very far into rain, so I should be able to instantly react to her scattered decoy shots. She took the bait, and now I've got her." And Lady Nagant says he's even faster now. What was this little punk doing while he was hiding in the smoke? And then Deku says the best way to handle a sniper is to get close. "I'm gonna make you tell me everything you know about All for One." She says, "Oh, you think you've won?" And she says, "I'm not spilling anything." And then she says, "The Safety Commission taught me everything I know." And then Deku, after barely getting blasted, he says, "Then why work for All for One? You know he's plotting to take over everything, right? So why? I knew you used to be a hero." And then she says, "All you're seeing is that phony sense of order they've manufactured. No wonder people tinged by it can't understand the truth." And then Deku says, "Tinged?" And he thinks about, "Damn, I had it right where I wanted her. But the third was right. My parallel quirk processes are all screwed up." And then he says, "Whoa," from behind. And she shot another one of those little microphone things into the wall behind him. And "I was exhausted after so much killing. It was all to preserve our sham society." Seder was a group plotting acts of terrorism against heroes. When you have people like that capable of shaking the bedrock of our society, or a hero team colliding with a gang of villains gaining fame and fortune, law and order won't cut it. They have to disappear along with their crimes. The Safety Commission gave me to those classified missions. Once upon a time, vigilantes played the role of heroes and won the people's trust. At the end of the day, trust in heroes is the foundation of a superpowered society. And me, I was a cog set in place to keep that system running smooth. A system with two sides to it, a front and back. A system that needed both sides to maintain itself. So I obeyed. I complied. I did my duty. A system so fragile it made my head spin. I was exhausted." And so while that whole spiel was going on, we see two guys in sort of a bar thing, and they're like, "We haven't done anything yet. We only started talking about it." And the next thing you see, those guys are dead on the ground. And so that's when it's saying I complied, I did my duty, killing these guys because, well, did that. And then we see a bunch of school children. You're running up behind Lady Nagant, and they're like, "Can we shake your hand?" And she's like, "Sure, for you guys, it's a special treat." And as she looks down, she sees her arm as she perceives it, all bloody and all messed up from all the killing she's had to endure. And they say, "We're all huge fans, shake her hands," as she pulls it back and is like, "What?" And so then we cut to a picture of her sitting in a chair. She's like a phony sham. And then she goes to the head of the Safety Commission and talks to him. And he says, these two, they've been inciting ordinary civilians to commit crimes before hunting down those freshly minted criminals and collecting their rewards. But now these bad apple heroes are about to go missing. And she says, "Is killing them really going to be improve society?" And then Lady Nagant again says, "Making people believe everything's puppy and rainbows. Is that any better than brainwashing?" And the Safety Commission dude says, "Nagant, it's all necessary. Someone must preserve the hope and faith that front-facing heroes have built up." And she says, "Preserve, huh? And after that, then what?" And the Safety Commission's dude says, I'm sure you're quite aware that this isn't a job you can simply walk away from. And then she says, President, you're a strong one, as she flips open her elbow and lets the gun, the rifle out. And we cut back to the president, and Deku says, you killed the president of the Safety Commission at that time? That never made the news. They claimed you killed our hero during an argument. And then she says, yup, even the Safety Commission had to keep up the illusion. Internal disputes, mutiny, no way, that wasn't for the public to know. And she says, you really are that ignorant, huh? This superpowered society is a gilded daydream seen through rose-colored glasses, but it's paper thin, a fragile illusion. She then goes on to say you bring back the status quo, then what? History will just repeat itself. The public gets to strategize about the bright and shiny side, or the dark truth knowledge to everyone else. At least a future ruled over by all for one will be a hell of a lot more transparent. And as we see this, we can see that Nagant is sort of got brought into the Safety Commission like Hawks did as a child. As the Safety Commission guy walks up to her, and she's all just like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it. And she looks all excited to do it. And so then we see Deku use a new move, the 5th pinpoint focus, pretty much just shooting out Black Whip all he can at a single spot. And then Nagant thinks, this kid, he analyzed my moves based on my own shot trajectories. And Deku says, maybe I was ignorant, but I'm starting to see things clearly. And she thinks he's fast. And Deku says, it's not all black and white. Most things in this world are shades of gray, a blend of fear and anger. And then he says, which is exactly why I've got to extend a helping hand. And Nagant says, that phony education has done wonders for you. And then she thinks, even in midair, he dodged to protect his joints from taking damage. He's focused on reading my patterns and evading. She says, fine. And how about one more thing to think about? And as Deku is flying through the air, she points the gun at Cheesecake, who is up on the roof, who is, of course, with her. And Cheeseke's yelling, you done yet? I gotta get to the boss! The boss! As Deku thinks, Cheesecake! So, yeah. This was on the first read-through, I didn't really like this chapter too much, but going back through and reading it, I think this is an excellent, just a great crafted chapter of Nagant being like, this society wasn't ran right. This was terrible. And the thing of her having to kill and how she just sensitized to it, then the kids holding out their hand and her hand is all bloody. That's some really damn good symbolism. And then her killing the Safety Commission dude, and Deku using a pinpoint focus move, and then the end is just Cheesecake. I mean, Cheeseke's great, just yelling, you done yet? I gotta get to the boss! As you can probably clearly tell that there's a big brawl going on. So, yeah, this was a very bad chapter on the first read-through, great chapter on the third or fourth. So, well, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I would ask you to please consider subscribing. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. And this is Glowplasma231.